Hey, if you like fishing shallow cover, you have got to check out the new Crush 50X from 6 Cents Lure Company. This 3/8 ounce crankbait dives 2 to 5 foot and really has a unique design. It's got a narrower bill than most square bill crankbaits on the market, giving it a tighter wobble. Also, it's made with a faint rattle chamber, giving it a rattle that's not too loud, not too quiet, and is perfect for catching highly pressured bass. I like to fish this bait on a 7-foot medium moderate action crankbait rod with 10 to 12 pound fluorocarbon line. Fishing this bait is extremely simple. Put your boat in about 7 foot of water and just make long casts to submerged cover, whether it's rocks, stumps, or grass, and winch this crankbait down to those fish. This bait comes in a variety of colors, so it's very easy to match the hatch regardless of what body of water you're fishing. Check out the Crush 50X at www.6centslures.com. Over the past few months, I've had the opportunity to test out brand new swim baits, jig heads, and umbrella rig from 6 Cents Lures, and when I first started, I had no idea that I would catch not only the size of fish, but the numbers of bass that I did on this lure. It's extremely simple to fish, but before I tell you how to fish it, I want to show you exactly how I rig this. First, I'll take my 6 Cents Core X hollow belly swim baits, and I'm also going to take my jig heads here, cut a small slit in the back of this swim bait, about halfway down the body, just a small hole straight down the center. And then next I'm going to take this jig head and I'm going to punch it into the top of the back here and slide this jig head all the way to the front of the swim bait here, and then push the eye of this jig head out the front of this Core X hollow belly. This is really a huge advantage to be able to use these swim baits and to be able to hide the jig heads inside the plastic. It has a great slow wobbling speed when you're retrieving this this lure, and plus it just looks a lot more natural to be able to have this lead hidden. Next I'm going to take the umbrella rig here and I'm going to start separating these wires. I'm going to pull all of them apart here. Once I get all of these spread out nice and even, I'm going to take my swim baits. I'm going to thread these swim baits onto the umbrella rig, and when you're done, it should look something like this. The Core X swim baits come in some great colors, and they have a great action on a slow retrieve. Also, the jig heads have a sharp hook and come in different sizes to allow you to fish both shallow and deep water. When I'm throwing the umbrella rig, I like to throw this on a 7.5 foot medium heavy to heavy action rod with 65-pound braid or 25-pound fluorocarbon line. Now, as far as technique, I like to make a long cast and very slowly reel this umbrella rig back to the boat once it reaches the depth that I marked my fish. Just a monster bass. There's not a better swim bait on the market than the Core X hollow belly swim baits from 6 Sense Lures. You throw it, and this right here is going to be the result. Hey, if you're a fan of throwing a deep diving crankbait like I am, you're going to love the new 300 DD from 6 Sense Lures. This is a 1-ounce bait that dives 14 to 19 foot. It's designed to come through cover easily and dive quickly. It's equipped with sharp VMC hooks, 3D gill plates, eyes, and scales. I like to throw the 300 DD on a 7 to 7.5 foot medium moderate action cranking rod and 12 to 15 pound fluorocarbon line. Fishing this bait is extremely simple. Make a long cast over main lake humps, points, and creek bends and start winching it down to the bottom. This bait dives extremely fast and is able to stay in the strike zone longer than most other deep diving crankbaits. Check out the 300 DD at 6senselures.com. You'll be